I was just saying, anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it, when you were talking earlier and the tiger, the Panthera was like waving its tail, and you were also kind of
Curling and uncurling
making
its tail.
some gesture.
Oh, yeah. Of the curl. Well, right. We're not beyond making a joke of the tiger's tail and of the curling panther tail.
No, the movement was perfect. But so we were talking about how you managed to, I mean, for me, the first impression when I walked in earlier was that you treated I know there is like three specific aspects into the installation. I mean, there is the projection, the video and the labyrinth, and then the light coming in. But when I came into the church, for me it was like a whole thing, like everything kind of came together, and I was really impressed how you kind of treated the color as a volume.
Yes.
Probably was not your the initial intention, but the atmosphere is incredible.
Yes, very much. So I felt at first, I thought I was a little embarrassed to occupy every inch of air in the church. And what I mean by that is coloring the light, and also the sound isn't on now, but we have the sound, the vibration of the violin and the gong, and these sound vibrations fill the space. So there's two things that are happening. And yes, in the films, I did discover for myself personally that sometimes there's a space that you need to go to, and you don't have a name. It's not a country, it's not a room in your house. It's a space that is filled with color, and it's a space in which very sort of special, they're not unnamable things, you can talk about them. It's a color space, it's a geography in which shifts can happen, in which you have developments and dreams and aspirations, but also where you go to rest. And so I do think about color as a location, like as a geographical location that is sort of a last resort. I need to go somewhere. Where will I go? I will go into the color. And so a lot of the works, the early works too, were dealing with trying to like almost go into a rainbow, to travel inside the rainbow. If I go, and the film emulsion has layers of colors, and I want to go into one layer and find one layer. So then here, in color is vibration, and also, obviously, the sound that's in the piece is of gong, which is pure vibration, and violin, which is pure vibration. So I wanted to sort of underscore the vibrational wave quality of the light, which is these rings on the labyrinth, which is ripples of water, which is the vibration. So when I was here, before we did a long talk with Andrea Grisalis, the violin maker in town in Cremona, and it was very special, and really talked about how the vibration of the violin happens when it's under pressure. And he told me about the piece in the violin, the anima, the spirit, the soul, that slipped inside the violin at the very end under the chest and pushes it forward and makes it tight. And I think in all artwork, Servane, this idea of tension, this idea of bringing things under tension, you don't break them, but they have to have a tension, and to be able to hold that tension, that's when you know you've got something in the artwork. And so, right?
It is tension.
Yeah, you have to
push and pull. If we're talking about
Yeah.
painting, the tension that you can make
Yeah.
between one
Yeah.
element, and another one, and how they react.
Yeah, and then even
one
so,
another.
Right, so there's the sound waves and curves are under tension. Then also learning to draw these big curves. We took a thin metal rod and pulled it under tension. All the curves have extreme tension to them. They're not just They're like,
Oh, so to draw them, you
pull
had
a metal wire
wire
tight, a metal bar tight
to
under
draw
tension
the line around.
Yeah, to draw the curves. So
Okay.
it's the tension
and the violin also.
The violin is so much under tension. So and then Lorenzo said, I'm very interested. We'll make the time-lapse photography of the sun as it moves around the church, because we orange gelled the windows. We bring in this sort of vibrational, very gentle light. And then Lorenzo will make an artwork too when we plot and calculate the movement of the sun around the church. We know
it's going to fall down, and you'll have those
we know in
patches
the
of
morning
colors.
it's here, in the evening it's here, and it moves around, and it's the sun circling the church outside as we have the sun circling also inside.
Beautiful.
I think so.